it's Brooklyn, and I'm back once again with another YouTube video. So as y'all can tell from the title, I'm giving you guys my 15th visual diary. I'm actually really proud of myself for keeping up the consistency with these visual diaries for the past 2 years now, because I started making them back in 2022. So, y'all, I'm gonna just be completely transparent with y'all, as I usually try to be. I have been going through a lot this past month. I don't remember it being this bad my freshman year. Like, I was just sitting here like, oh my gosh, this has been the hardest spring semester thus far. I honestly really had to just take a step back and disconnect and really, come to terms with what I was dealing with, but also resetting mentally, physically, spiritually, everything in between. So I definitely am glad that I took the time to do that. I have noticed some things about myself that I could definitely improve in. I feel like I often have issues with catastrophizing, which is actually something I've learned in therapy. It's basically making a mountain out of a molehill, basically, and you take one small situation and then your mind makes it bigger than what it actually is. There were even, instances where I dealt with the same thing in the past, actually with my friends and family, and it would cause me to overthink a lot. It would cause me to feel like I was a burden to others. I know that's just a lie from the enemy. Those mental games and those mind games will literally have you out here feeling things and thinking things that aren't even true. I feel is one way the enemy definitely tries to play tricks on our minds, and eventually the things that you deal with pertaining to the natural, it can also eventually bleed onto how you treat God as well, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of the stuff I was going through, eventually it started to transfer over to my relationship with Christ. The times where I felt like I couldn't go to my friends to talk about my problems, I felt like I couldn't go to God to talk about my problems, because the same way I was like, oh, my friends don't want to hear me, or I keep talking to them about the same things. The same thing was happening with God. I'm like, no, I don't feel like praying because I just keep going to God about the same things. When in reality, I had to really remind myself that God is not people. He wants us to come to Him regardless of how many times we come to Him about the same topic or the same issue. Literally, the Lord told me that though others around you may forsake you, He will never forsake you. He will never leave your side. He will always be there. And I feel like that is something that I had to remind myself of these past few weeks, and I really had to just relinquish it all to God and really have that time alone with just Him. I find it so funny how God works. I kept procrastinating as far as praying and spending time with the Lord and everything. And it's funny because literally I had the room to myself. It's like He made sure to have just me in the room all by myself. My roommate was gone. I was gonna talk to one of my friends, but then that kept getting prolonged as well. So I'm sitting here thinking, I'm just gonna stall and do other things. Straighten my room up. I washed my hair. I had a bit of some pamper time, some me time. And while that isn't bad, I felt like I was low-key stalling and trying to not come to God, because honestly I felt ashamed and I still felt that guilt on the inside. And so after I did all that, I was just sitting there and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna play some worship music and try to pray. And y'all, that was probably the most powerful encounter I've had with God in a while, and I needed it. My soul needed it. My spirit needed it. So I say that to encourage you guys. Whatever you have in your heart, give it to Jesus. Continue to keep me in prayer, and I will definitely continue to keep y'all in prayer as well. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. Like I said, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. I will be giving you guys more content soon, so please stay tuned. And don't forget to follow me on my other social media platforms, which are in the description down below. God bless you guys. I love y'all so much, and I will see you next time. Mwah. Bye.